everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Will a Wonderful World, so let's just go ahead and start. What's wrong with this pen? It's not working again. Like great timing. It's so annoying. Willie gave me this pen. Although it looks like a pen, it's not for writing. I need to use it to slice up these letters, which will then split into pieces. I can rearrange the pieces before pressing a button on the pen, which makes the pieces reattach themselves into an intact letter. Afterwards, the events in the human life will happen according to my new arrangement. I can even read about the aftermath in the letter. However, recently the pen has started to act strangely. Oh. I'm hungry. It's time for afternoon tea. That's strange. Willie has normally brought me a snack by now. Willie? Willie, where are you? It's so dark. Where is he gone? It's so dark here, and these stairs feel very old. Whoop! First memory. What on earth are you doing here? Turn around. Don't look. As if I wanted to. No. Why is it so dark in here? Is the light bulb out? Yeah, it has been for a long time. Why didn't you have it fixed? Wait, why can't we fix it ourselves? Aren't we gods? Shouldn't we be able to fix a light bulb with a simple wave of a hand? Who told you that? Even gods have their limitations. And we can't get whatever we want. You should learn to appreciate what we do have. Are you saying that we need to buy things too, like humans? Well, we are not entirely like humans in this regard. We don't have to pay rent or mortgage to live here, but not everything is free. We don't need money, but we need faith from the humans. You mean, the more people that go to a temple or church to pray to us, even worship us, the better our lives will become? Yes, more or less. However, we are not like those gods in the normal sense. For example, in a place with an extreme drought, people would often pray for rain, right? The normal gods would just give them rain if the faithful were deemed worthy. This way, the humans would know that their wishes had been granted. But if we were to grant their wishes, it would mean that the drought had never happened in the first place. Therefore, the humans would never realize that their wishes had been granted. Because there had never been a drought, therefore, they would never have to pray either. I see. So you're saying that all those people who have asked for our help never realize that they have done so. Does that mean that we're going to starve to death? That is not going to happen, but we might be living in poverty and we might be suffering. It's hard being a god. Well, don't think about it too much. Anyway, were you looking for me? Oh, right, I almost forgot. The pen hasn't been working well recently. Is it broken? It's too dark in here, I can barely see. Let's go upstairs and to use your room. Isn't there a room right here? Speaking of which, didn't you just come out of there? Is this your room? Yes, it is. Well, no. I haven't even asked yet. The more he does not want me inside, the more curious I get. Is he hiding something unspeakable? But I twisted my ankle when I fell down. I really don't want to climb the stairs. No problem. Huh? How did we get up to my room? 'Cause I'm a god? That's awesome! You know how to teleport? Can I do that too? Perhaps. Let Let me take a look at the pen. Well, it might be getting too old to work properly. Just try again later, it should be fine. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I'll go prepare some snacks for you. Just lie down and rest your ankle. Teleportation. I want to teleport! Well, that didn't work. How can I do that? Jesus! The feline king. Oh, I love Spotty.
만약
Oh, and
돌아갈 수만
Chang.
있다면
The standoff. Okay, well, let's hope this kitty one is much better. Feline king and the standoff. We're gonna start with kitty. Spotty. Do it. It was the middle of the night. The full moon was high up in the sky. A group of cats were gathering at an empty lot near the street. There were both house cats and stray cats. They formed a circle around a big empty pipe in the center of the lot. On top of the pipe sat a fat black cat. He was giving his usual speech. It was unsurprisingly about how humans like pet dogs and what we should do to make the humans like us more. Those two-legged walking monkeys only considered dogs to be smarter than cats because the dogs would fetch newspapers for them. But the truth was the opposite. Why should we bother to beg for the stupid humans who couldn't even tell that cats were smarter than dogs to like us? I turned the dead sparrow in front of me around, making sure that there was nothing edible left. No matter how many times that I had tried it, the taste of the organs was still disgusting to me. I puked out a puddle of yellow liquid. A couple of house cats nearby sprinted away from me. Pfft, pussies. Blackie, the fat cat, kept rambling on with his boring, pointless speech. I was picking my teeth with my claws. Suddenly I felt a chill in the air. It was already late autumn. Soon it would be the worst season for us stray cats. I was 1 year old now, almost 20 in human years, so I was fairly strong. Still, lots of homeless cats had died at my age. Instead of wasting my time figuring out how to please those monkeys, I'd rather be preparing for the winter. That pipe seemed to be a good place to use as a shelter. I walked towards Blackie and jumped up onto the pipe. Every shining eye stared at me, including Blackie's. He completely forgot what he was talking about. Excuse me, may I lie down here for a bit? You may keep going. You thought I would say that. Winner takes all, the loser loses all. And I, Spotty, wanted it all. I stared at Blackie and puffed up my fur. That's right. Overwhelming my opponent was the way I do it. He raised a dried, salted fish. I spat on his face. Blackie was surprised by my spit, but he immediately swung the salted fish and hit my face with it. This enormous piece of dried, salted fish represented unquestionable authority. Whoever had the dried, salted fish was the leader of the cats. Furthermore, whoever was attacked by the dried, salted fish, which right now meant me, would be considered the public enemy of the entire cat clan. A dozen cats sprung at me, biting my ears, clawing my paws, stepping on my back. Humans had a saying, 2 fists were no match for 4 hands. And I was facing 40 claws. Aw, Spotty. Alright. Next letter. Let's go to Chang. The warehouse now looked like a scene from hell, with bodies lying all over the ground. Lieutenant Kang's eyes were colder than ice. He looked nothing like himself anymore. He turned around slowly and stared at me as if I was only a bug. What had just happened? Was he pulling a prank on me? But he looked entirely serious when he killed Choi Yohan with 1 blow. Or rather, was that some kind of initiation test? A test that I had to pass to become an official member of Unit 4? My brain was still completely disoriented when my body jumped backward by instinct. There was nothing left in the lieutenant's stare, except deadly menace. It was no prank, nor a test. I could feel that what was standing in front of me at the moment was not a normal human, but a dangerous beast. It was waiting for me to expose my vulnerability, so that he could lunge at me and tear at my throat. We were both standing dead still. We were both staring deep into each other's eyes. And we were both thinking of the best ways to prevail. I didn't have enough confidence. Even at the Shaolin Temple, I had never faced an opponent like this before. There we go. The temple is located in the Henan province of China. Its name refers to the forests, Lin, of Shaoxi Mountain, one of the 7 peaks of the Song Mountains. It was first built during the Northern Wei Dynasty in 495 AD, almost 1500 years ago. It is considered a sacred temple by many Chinese Buddhism believers. During the Cultural Revolution, the temple suffered severe damage and loss. The monks were forcefully evacuated and numerous statues were destroyed. Afterwards, the temple went under reconstruction and renovation. In the 1980s, the Chinese movie Shaolin Temple, starring Jet Li, brought the temple back into the mind of the population and ushered in a new era of international fame. Nowadays, the Shaolin Temple had become one of the most popular tourism spots in China. The disciples in the temple were dedicating their lives to Buddhism, also worked tirelessly in introducing the Chinese traditional martial arts to the world. Disciplines graduate from the Shaolin School could receive dual diplomas in both academics and martial arts at multiple levels, such as middle school, high school, and even college. Neat. There we go. Nevertheless, I began to feel something, perhaps because of my training at the temple. I was feeling nothing but growing excitement, and I was eager to give it my all in this fight. It was almost as if I had been waiting for this day my whole life. It would not do me any good if we kept stalling like this. I decided to at least poke my opponent first. In the world of Kung Fu, speed defines the winner. In the world of Kung Fu, moves can be countered, but speed defines the winner. It is a saying in Kung Fu that means no matter how strong a move is, there is always a counter move to neutralize it. However, only speed can make sure that you will not be defeated. There are 2 layers here. 1. Think so fast that you could come up with a strategy before your opponent. 2. Move so fast that you could outpace your opponent as well. In Louis Cha's Wuxia's novel, power is typically emphasized in battle with the exception of the smiling, proud wanderer, which emphasizes speed instead. 2 main characters in this novel, Ling Hu Chong and Dongfang Bubai, represent the 2 layers of the meaning above respectively. The line also appeared in the Stephen Chow movie Kung Fu Hustle. I love that movie! In the real world, speed also has its very practical application. For instance, Mom, no more money for you. Time to fight. He raised the gun. I flung my tail out as hard as I could. I took a shot and flung my tail out from my sleeve. The spear had cut through the air with a shimmer aimed at Lieutenant Kang's right hand, which was holding his gun. But it stopped right before the lieutenant. Lieutenant Kang's left hand clenched into a fist, and he slowly lowered it. He was holding my tail firmly in his hand. Despite having been cut by the spear tip, blood was dripping down from his wrist. Behind his fist, his eyes were staring at me with nothing but contempt. No one had been able to stop my tail with their bare hands before. At this point, I had no choice but to drop my weapon. But Lieutenant Kang had finally seen his chance. He sprinted at me, still holding my tail in his left hand and the gun in his right. Then I heard a gunshot before I sank into an infinite darkness filled with nothing but regret. A few weeks later, I woke up in the ICU of Busan Metropolitan Hospital. I was incredibly lucky to survive the shot to my head. However, the bullet was lodged inside my skull in a delicate spot so the doctors could not take it out. As a result, I had to endure occasional migraines for the rest of my life. With my health condition, I thought that I would be reassigned to some boring post like the archives, but I didn't expect that they would ask me to resign. The police paid me a lot of money as compensation, but that was not what I had wanted. I wanted to be a police officer. How could everything turn out like this? Chang Jungmin. Alright. A piece of dried fish and a gun. I think I could come up with something funny here. But can I really just switch them like this? How can a cat be holding a gun? Of course, that's what our power is. No matter what, events will unfold exactly according to your arrangement of the text. Even if it's something ridiculous, or even supernatural, it is still within the realm of the reasonable for us. This is how we were able to help Jimmy's class win the relay race. All we did was switch Jimmy from the last leg to the third, remember? As long as the internal logic of the story is not self-contradictory, there won't be any problems. In this case, what kind of logic shall we consider self-contradictory? For example, earlier we discussed that after someone fainted or even died, he or she would not be able to perform additional actions. Therefore, any additional actions after a piece where the subject passes out, or worse, would automatically disappear. Okay, I think I've got it. Let's try that. Just completely switch everything. I slammed my tail on the pipe. Bang! It was my battle cry. Blackie was in shock. This was probably the first time any cat had ever challenged him. He nervously pulled the trigger.
Meow?
Wait, why did he have a gun? An enormous sound echoed across the lot. A few windows in the nearby neighborhood lit up. The cats scattered as fast as they could, including Blackie. Only I was still sitting on top of the pipe in the empty lot. And my urine was dripping down from the pipe. In any case, this was my territory now. Good for you! My spit flew into his eyes and temporarily blinded him. I thought that I had the upper hand, but Lieutenant Kang swiftly took a swing at me with his right hand based on nothing but his hearing. He wasn't an easy opponent, that was for sure. A dried salted fish flew out of his right hand, charging toward me like a flash of light. Wait, a salted fish? I quickly moved aside and dodged it. Thank goodness it was just a dried salted fish. Well, now that you have missed your chance, it's my turn. I stomped on the ground and sprinted forward. I tightened my back muscles and rotated my shoulder. Then I swung my arm with my shoulder and finally punched him with my fist. Attack number 3! Thunderbolt Punch! I hit Lieutenant Kang straight in his chest. He flew backward and slammed into a pillar. Finally, I could tell that he would be dreaming about Buddha for a while. I wiped the sweat off my face and let out a long breath. I had avoided hitting the lieutenant's critical spots with the punch earlier, so knew he should be okay. But what kind of person was he? I never realized that I would witness not one but 2 masters in the Busan police precinct today. The custodian from the armory and Lieutenant Kang. How interesting. I supposed it wouldn't be too bad to stay in Unit 4 then. I would love to spar with the lieutenant in the future. Alright, well, that was quick and easy, and really freaking stupid. But okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.